Upgrade!
All of them.
All of them.
Whew.
What's up, 10 Skill Squad? Recently we got the Rlarrlo 918, and we took it for a little bit of a test rip, and we were actually really impressed with it.
Yeah.
Not only because they, laser etched our name on the bottom, but because honestly, it looks like a really solid freaking platform, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are making these things screamers.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to do the same, so we installed the optional gearing on the live stream, and then we didn't make a video.
No.
For like a month.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
But in the meantime, Rlarrlo sent every single upgrade they make for this thing. We've got wheels, tires, brakes, suspension bits, all kinds of stuff. All of it, everything.
Actually, jokingly enough, we went on vacation and went to Vegas, and I came home to a big old freaking package. I had no idea what was what it was for, and bam!
They didn't tell us they were sending this stuff. They just sent it over. And I knew you guys would be really disappointed if we didn't at least run it on the optional gearing before we went and upgraded this thing. Mm-hmm. So we absolutely did. We took it out and we ran it on the stock battery with the optional gearing, and it did. That's pretty quick. Whoa! The GPS just went flying out of it. Yo, that GPS has been through a lot.
It has been through all of it. All of it. All right, well, we hit 50.
No kidding. That's faster than the law deems safe.
Can we stick a 3S in it? Please. Please.
What do we think, viewers? So now we got 3S in it. Survey says
55.
55. I almost said 55.
Oh. Yeah, it didn't change much.
No.
It didn't.
So anyway, it is time to install all these upgrades. Are we going to do all of them? The only thing that we don't have is electronics. We do, however, have a new receiver, but the ESC, the servo, and the motor, they're all staying the same. I figure if we're going to go with a bigger motor, we should probably maybe do some supporting mods before we throw a bunch of juice on this thing and send it to the moon. So we have got a lot of wrenching to do. Let's get to it. So the mod that I am most looking forward to is the fan on the body right here. On the Lexan body, it's just a little, it's just a little molding in there. But the fan right here harkens back to the original Porsche 917. Fun fact, the original Porsche 917 motor was actually 2 4-cylinders bolted together. And rather than try and put a fan somewhere on it, they basically ran a fan off the crankshaft right in the middle of the 2 4-cylinder engines. And that's how they got their cooling fan. Pretty interesting, funky design. There's probably a reason more cars don't do that, but it's very iconic of the Porsche 917. How we're gonna cut that out, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe something like that. Oh yeah, 55 SS, super slow. What's your plan, Ethan?
So the fan fits perfectly. So I'm just gonna cut that circle out, and then that's all I need is for my marks.
Yeah, but how are you gonna cut the circle? With scissors? Dremel?
Oh, probably just the hole punch and a Dremel.
Good call. Oh, look at that. It's a screaming too. And it is exhausting all kinds of air. So when that motor gets hot, that's gonna be exhausting all kinds of heat. Freaking awesome. Looks great. Love it. Rlarrlo also sent us bat wings, and they're carbon fiber. They look really, really cool, but I guess they're meant to go on the Lexan body, which doesn't really make much sense to me because it's not going to be super duper rigid on there. So I think for the meantime, we're going to set those aside, and we're going to focus on upgrading the chassis. And my plan here is we're going to kind of work from the middle out. So we're going to put in our 2-piece drive shaft and drive shaft brace. That is going to eliminate that drive shaft when it's spinning like crazy. That's going to eliminate it from kind of getting out of control and tacoing itself and ejecting itself. Should be a lot stronger, should be much more dependable than the little kind of aluminum one that's in there. Not that there's anything wrong with the aluminum one. It's great to see an aluminum one stock from the factory, but this is going to be a great upgrade. While we're in there, we're also going to change the gearing, and we're going to install our adjustable motor mount. That's going to allow us to run a much closer gear ratio. So we're going to be dang near 1-to-1. We're going to be putting a 45 tooth pinion on it with a 54 tooth spur gear. And not just any spur gear. Where'd it go? They sent us this one in this cool box. It looks like a freaking necklace. And I love how the box says, special present for special people. That's us. We're special. I mean, I really am just fighting the urge to wear this thing, you know, like Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I think that episode or that show related to like the greatest reality TV thing in history. Like, man, like,
what was her name? New York?
I think it was New York and Pumpkin. I think is what it was. And what's worse, I've never actually seen the show.
So here's the new pinion on the motor and the new motor bracket. And this is going to allow us to be really precise with our gear mesh. And it should just slide right on in there.
Oh,
boom.
Butter.
Dude, I nailed the pinion placement on the shaft,
Did
too.
You?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Let's just finish that
pretty
off.
Pretty much perfect. Yeah, you want to tighten that down? Not only is this going to allow us to run almost a 1-to-1 gear ratio in this, the motor mount is 2 pieces, and there's much more hardware and much bigger, much more robust hardware that's holding the whole thing together. So this is just going to be a huge improvement. Oh, listen to that gear mesh.
That sounds way better than what I did before.
It looks really cool, too.
Is that the old one?
That's the old motor mount.
Oh, you know what we do with that, right?
Motor mount. Put it in the box and save it. In case we have it. It's a new day, a new shirt, and last night we gave this a little test and just listened to the gear mesh, and holy crap, this thing is going to boogie. That is an aggressive gear ratio in that thing, and I am really excited to see just how fast we can get this thing. But now that all the modifications for the middle are done, now it's time to rip apart the suspension, put on new A-arms, new links, basically everything. We also have a gearbox brace. It's basically just a diff brace that we are going to put in the back. So pretty much everything on the back has to come apart. That's going to be kind of a pain, but ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get cracking. Well, if you didn't like the look of it before, what do you think of it now? That thing with all those aluminum bits looks really good.
It does.
And I do really like the big giant gold spur gear.
Just sticking out there.
Putting the front and rear suspension together was pretty tedious. They didn't send any instructions or anything, so you're kind of left up to your own to figure out how it all goes together. But for the most part, it does go together the same way that it comes off. So minimal headaches. They didn't send enough hardware. We had to scrounge through the hardware to replace some of the coarse thread screws that went into plastic with fine thread screws that went into metal.
Or like we said, no instructions. Maybe it's possible we just misread the assignment. But
maybe. Ethan put white letters on the wheels, and we need to just put the wheels and tires on. We're going to change out the receiver. Rlarrlo sent us a new receiver that has ports for all the lights, so we actually will have we'll actually be able to control the lights. You can also add lights if you want to do things like turn signals or backfire.
Yeah, we saw something about some tailpipe backfire.
That looks pretty cool.
We need to look into.
Yeah, I might be into that.
Yeah, I definitely want some of those.
So would we recommend putting every upgrade on this thing? I don't know. It's fun to do. How it's going to help the car, it for sure is going to help. It for sure is going to help. Just with the added weight of this thing, keeping it planted, keeping all the running gear nice and solid and rigid, that's going to help a bunch as well. But honestly, just upgrading it is fun. I mean, look at the end result. It looks the part. It means business. And I am really excited to see if we can best our speed of 55 mile an hour. That gearing is going to be...
Yeah. I really hope this helps with parachuting too. If it can't hold air, it can't keep air.
Yeah, very true. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. So,
which it's pretty tucked. There's not a lot of room for air to get in really anywhere besides there.
Right. We'll find out.
Yeah.
So, if you're not subbed up, make sure you hit the button because we're going to run this thing and probably, let's be real, it's probably going to end.
It's probably going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Especially with, me behind the trigger.
And we're going to probably have to adjust some of the alignment on the thing. We're not speedrunners. We don't know what we're doing. We're just kind of making it up as we go along. Our personal best is 74 mile an hour. We already got 55 out of this thing, so I think... if anything is going to get there, this has a really good chance of getting there. So, yeah, make sure you sub up. You're going to want to watch that. And if this is your first time checking out the channel, welcome. I'm glad you found it. We like to do RC shenanigans like this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to go fast, really, with no plan. it's the best way to do it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Chopping 55 out here. I knew it was coming.